Anthony Rizzo, he is signing with the New York Yankees. It's going to be 2 years with a club option. So 2 years, $17 million a year. There's a $6 million buyout for 2025 that season if the Yankees don't take that club option for the third year. So essentially, it's a 2-year, $40 million deal at the very least for Rizzo. And I'm not surprised. I think the Yankees were willing to give Rizzo essentially $20 million a year there. And the Padres, they probably didn't want to give him $20 million a year. Maybe they wanted to give him 17 and they were willing to do that, but they didn't want to mess around with a third year or do a club option or give him a $6 million buyout. There's no rumors out there or reports that say it was down to the Yankees and the Padres, but Rizzo felt like a fit for the Padres. I assume Preller and the Padres, they talked to Rizzo and his agents and his representation. I thought all along that the Yankees were going to bring back Rizzo, though. He wanted to go back to the Yankees. The Yankees are a contender. And where were the Yankees going to go at first base if they didn't bring back Rizzo? Sure, there were other options, but it felt like they needed to bring him back. He was one of the clubhouse leaders, kind of like how they feel that they're going to have to bring back Judge. They probably feel like they need to bring back Judge. Or Yankees fans are not going to be happy. Their team is not going to be as good as it was, at least on paper, in 2022. So I'd expect them to bring back Judge too. This is kind of just the first thing for the Yankees. They can check that off, kind of like how the Padres could check off Suarez last week. So for the Yankees, that's obviously a positive move. For the Padres things, on their side of things, I don't think this is like a huge punch in the gut or anything like that. Like, I would have loved to have Rizzo, but remember the Padres, because they went over the luxury tax last year, they would have had to give up their second and fifth best draft picks and $1 million in international bonus pool money, along with giving Rizzo $20 million a year for a couple years here. That's what the Yankees essentially are doing. So, with the Padres, it's just not the end of the world. There's other options out there. Jose Abreu is out there. He probably won't cost $20 million a year, I wouldn't think. Rizzo's the better player. He might be younger than Abreu too. I think he is. So if they want Abreu, he's out there. Brandon Belt's out there. Josh Bell, Brandon Drury's out there. Will Myers is out there. If they want to go upgrade the outfield and they just want to bring back Will, I don't think they're really thinking. I don't think they want to do that. I don't think that's their number one thing, to bring Will in as your first baseman. But there's other options out there. That's my point. Seth Brown's a first baseman for the Padres or the A's, not for the Padres. And he hit like 25 bombs last year. So he's another option. He's not making a ton of money, but that would be via trade. There's other first base options, obviously, out there, but this was the big one, right? Rizzo was the number one option, and he's off the board now. Again, I don't think it's the end of the world, but it was fun to think about Rizzo being a Padre. I'm still my Abreu to the Padres thing. Like, that's one of the dream scenarios of this offseason, or that's included in the dream scenario, is if Rizzo is the first baseman. I like Mitch Haniger a lot. And they brought back Suarez, bring in Martinez. Senga, yeah, but that I feel like that's a stretch. If you bring back Martinez, Suarez, and then Senga and Abreu, like, that feels like a stretch. But Abreu's one of those dream guys in this offseason for me. And he is still on the market, obviously.